Alchemists. We're coming at you with your first remote Kinstretch class, and this one is specifically tailored to what is going on right now. We're going to work on mobilizing our upper bodies, the casings of our lungs, so that we have freedom to breathe strong and full deep breaths. We're going to work a little bit on our breathing technique, which is both very healthy for increasing your circulation, strengthening your breathing musculature, but also can be a really wonderful reset for your brain. This can be a pretty anxious time for most people we're talking to, so we wanted to give you a little tidbit to be able to go, okay, reset. And we're going to start with your segmental cat-cow. So you're going to come into a hands and knees position, knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. And then Will's going to start at his tailbone, tucking his tailbone under and slowly rounding through the low back, up into the mid back, coming through lower thoracic, mid thoracic, upper thoracic. Finally, the neck joins in. Once you're fully round, pause, take a breath. On your exhale, see if you can get a little bit rounder, scoop and hollow out that shape, see what's willing. And then start back over at the tailbone. Send your tailbone up to the ceiling. Start to reach your belt buckle towards the floor, then your belly button, then your lowest ribs, then the middle of the chest. Start to feel your collarbones lift and your neck lifts. Good. Keep going with this. You don't need to match Will's pace, but you're going to keep working segment by segment through your spine as best you can. Keep your breath coming in and out so your breath is flowing. Find your own pace. You're on the clock here. Each time you pass through your spine, try to get a little bit more specific, especially in any of those sections that feel a little hard to access or hard to move. We're always going to have those sections, but each time you go through, see if you can get a little bit more clarity, a little bit more segmentation through that area of your spine. Last 20 seconds. Keep moving and breathing at your own pace. Nice job. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, we're going to get into our neck CARs. So if you can, you're going to sit back into a collapsed quadruped position, which Will is demoing now. If that's not comfortable for your knees, you can find any seated position or you can stand. From here, you're going to create a little tension through your body so that nothing below your collarbones moves. You're going to start by tucking your chin towards your chest, nodding your nose towards your chest, and then tracing your collarbone to the right with your chin. Continue on making the biggest circle that you can, leading with that tip of the chin, finding a pleasant stretch through all of those neck muscles. As your chin comes back to center, go ahead and pass through and continue on in that same direction. Check in that the shoulders are staying down on your rib cage and that you're finding pleasant stretch through the opening muscles of the neck as you move. If you find any pinch points, you're going to avoid those in your neck circles. We'll go one more time around in this direction. Check into still breathing all the way into your belly as you rotate. Next time that chin gets back to center, pause and reverse direction. Going slow here, finding your 1 mile per hour pace. Each time you go around, seeing if there's a little bit of room to expand the size of your circle, even a little bit. Nice job. Slow, steady, smooth as you can. Last time around here. Finishing that last juicy circle and bringing your chin all the way back to the center of your chest. Good. Okay. Breathing. So you're going to sit in some position that is comfortable for you. If you've got a meditation cushion, great. If you want to sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, also great. If you want to sit with your back up against something, if you feel like you need a little support, that's also totally cool. We're going to breathe for 1 minute, and then at the end of that minute, I'm going to coach you to breathe out all of the air that you took in and hold your breath. So a hold on an exhale. And we'll give you a minute to do that hold, but if you feel like you need to take a new breath in at any point during that time, go ahead and do it, especially if you're not practiced with the breath hold work. You're probably not going to hit a minute the first time, and that's totally cool. So sitting comfortably such that you feel supported, you're going to take a full and complete breath in, and then a relaxed exhale, let it go. Full breath in, relaxed exhale. Find your own rhythm with this. You're on the clock for 1 minute, finding the biggest, fullest breath you can each time without causing stress to your system. If you're able to, in through the nose, out through the mouth. If the nose isn't an available passageway, you can breathe in and out through your mouth. You're about halfway. Good. Finding your rhythm, filling yourself with air, and then letting it go. Last 15 seconds. Keep going. Good. And then take one more full breath in. Calmly exhale all that air out. And hold, suspend in between this exhale and the next inhale. Allow yourself to notice any sensations that are coming up in your body. Again, if you don't have a regular breath hold practice, it's going to feel pretty unfamiliar. Good. If you're still holding, we're here for 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're still holding, let that air go. Take a nice calm breath. Good. Let's do one more round here. Big breath in, relaxed breath out. Big breath in, relaxed breath out. You're on the clock for 1 minute. Find your own rhythm. Filling your body with air and letting it go. Nice job. Keep going. Good. Keep searching for space, filling that space with air, then letting it go. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take one full inhalation. Exhale all that air out very calmly, and then find your way into a quiet breath hold. Nice work, sinking into that quiet. If you're still holding, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a new breath in. Good. All right, team. So now we're going to work with our upper back, some mobilization for that. This is also going to help you move your ribs, which keep your lungs enclosed. So we're going to start with some spinal flexion and extension. I'm going to have Will turn sides so you can see what's going on, but you can keep facing us. You can come to tall kneeling, or again, if that doesn't feel great, any seated or standing position that feels good for you. And give yourself a little hug to get your arms out of the way. Will's going to imagine that his spine is a fruit roll-up stuck to the wall. Starting at the top, he's going to try to peel one piece at a time down off of the wall, getting as much segmentation as he can. He's got a good amount of tension in his lower body, butt squeezed. If you'd like, you can pinch the floor between your knees and your feet. When you feel like you're as round as you can possibly be without letting your butt move back or losing your butt squeeze, start to build yourself back up from the bottom. One segment at a time as best you can. Coming up into a little extension. So thinking about lifting your chest up into your crossed wrists, staying in your pain and pinch-free range. And then we'll do that again. When you get as extended as your body wants to be, start to flex from the top down. Shin tucks, upper back rounds, rounding down in between the shoulder blades, down in around where the bra band or the heart rate monitor would go. Just below that, heading into the lumbar segments. When you're as round as you can be, keeping your butt squeezed, pause, and then build yourself back up. As you build yourself up, think length, a little more space between each vertebra, lifting your t-shirt logo up into your crossed wrists. You can let your neck be part of it, but don't throw your head back. Make sure you're moving with control. One more time here, tucking the chin, peeling down. Maybe you can get a little bit more specific through your spinal segments on this third go. Keep breathing. Anywhere you feel sticky in your spine is a great place to take a pause and an extra breath. And then slowly rebuild, lengthening, growing your spine, segment by segment, lifting your chest, breathing, and then bring yourself back to neutralish. Whatever that means. Good. Now we'll face the camera for the next one. We're going to go through rotation. So again, you can get your arms out of the way with a little hug. You want to keep your belt buckle facing forward. So a nice lower body tension strategy. Squeeze your butt, pinch the floor if that feels good. And then you're going to rotate your t-shirt logo as far as you can to the right. Squeezing out as much rotation as you can through your spine. When you feel like you've hit your end point, pause. Take a breath all the way into your waist. And on your exhale, see if you can actively wring out just a little bit more rotation. And then head back the other way, rotating your t-shirt logo to the new side, keeping your belt buckle facing forward. When you hit your end of movement, pause, take a breath. Use your exhale to get a little bit more active rotation if it's there. It may not be. Keep alternating sides. Feeling for where your body stops moving, pausing there, taking a breath. Use that exhale, squeeze it out to create a little bit more rotation. Letting your shoulders just relax and rest on your rib cage. No need to scrunch on up towards your ears. Check back in with lower body tension. We're about halfway through the set. That's where it usually starts to fade away. Make sure you're supporting your focused work of your spine by keeping your lower body strong. Good, very nice. Last 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and bring it back. Nice. The last movement of our spine CAR is our lateral flexion. Deep breath in, create a good brace through your lower half, and then start to bring the left shoulder towards the left hip. Getting as much active side bend in that left side as you can, and feeling a nice opening through the right side. Again, when you feel like you hit your end range of motion, pause. Take a breath all the way into your waist. On your exhale, see if you can actively contract that closing side to open up a little bit more on the opening side. Stack yourself back up tall, and then head the opposite way. Side bend, bringing your shoulder closer to your hip. When you feel yourself stop moving, pause, take a breath, exhale. Can you actively side crunch on the closing side to open up a little bit more range on the opening side? And then stack yourself back up tall. Keep alternating sides here. You're on the clock, taking your time. And now as you get more familiar with this, see if you can add that same idea of segmentation. So you're not just folding at one part of your spine as you side bend. You're trying to get a little bit of contribution from each segment of your spine, like a slinky that's been tipped over. Each spoke of the slinky is participating a little bit in that movement. That's ideally how the spine most healthfully functions. Last 20 seconds. Make sure you're still breathing. 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to put all those pieces together into your full spinal CAR. So again, solidify your lower body. Start to peel down. Remember that fruit roll up peeling off of the wall? Once you get as round as you can be without losing your butt squeeze, pause and rotate to the right. Squeezing out as much rotation as you can. Once you hit that point, pause and side bend on the right side, bringing right shoulder closer to right hip. And then start to find extension, building up from the bottom of your spine to the top. Back bend, little lift of the chest. Stay tall and rotate to the left. Side bend on the left. And wrap yourself around to the front. Pause here and stack yourself back up tall, one vertebra at a time as best you can. Reinvest in your lower body tension, butt squeeze, legs strong, squeezing the floor, and peel down. Breathing as much as you need to facilitate this movement. Rotate to the left. Side bend on that left side. And extend, growing your spine from the bottom to the top, lifting your chest. When you can't get any taller, rotate to the right. Making sure the belt buckle doesn't come along for the ride. Will's doing a great job of this. Just saying it for you guys at home. And then wrapping yourself around to the front. And last but not least, stack yourself back up tall. Great. Okay, so we're going to do some scapular CARs, shoulder blades, one arm at a time. So Will's going to start with his right arm, you will too. Your left hand you can use as a helpful self-tactile cue. So you can either monitor your ribs to make sure they're not flaring, or you can just hold that arm by your side to create extra tension. Deep breath in, create a good abdominal brace, and take that right shoulder blade up towards the ear like a shrug. Squeeze it in towards your spine. Slide down towards your back pocket. And then wide across your back or forward, protraction. Keep going in that same direction. Up, in, down, and wide. Continue on, finding your own pace. I want you to try to connect all those dots. So it's not just going up, in, down, wide, but you're smoothing the corners between those cardinal directions, shall we say. You're doing your best to keep a nice straight elbow. Will's doing an awesome job of that. And you're keeping your hand pretty close to your side. Shouldn't be wrapping forward or wrapping back. Pause here and reverse direction. In, up, wide away from the spine, protract, and down. Keep going in that same direction. Check in with your body tension now that you're halfway through the set. Make sure you still have a good feeling of plankness, whatever position you're in. And keep trying to find an extra millimeter of range with that shoulder blade. A little bit bigger circle each time. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch sides. Yeah, a little crampy cramp in the regressive tissue. Nice. All right. Reinvest in making yourself into a nice strong plank from your collarbones down to your knees or your feet, however you're situated. New arm is going to start to move. Draw that shoulder blade up towards the ear, in towards the spine, down towards the back pocket, and wide away from your spine, or might feel like forward for the protraction. Keep going in that same direction. You're on the clock. Up, in, down, and wide. Find your own pace with this. Don't feel like you have to match my words or what Will's doing, but I'd like you to search for the largest circle you can make with your shoulder blade. You might feel some crunchy bits or some twangy bits. That's okay. Again, if you feel any pain or pinch, you're just going to make your circle a little smaller to avoid that. Pause and reverse. Wide. Down, in, and up. Wonder what faces of Kinstretch are happening out there. Last 15 seconds. Smoothing the distance between those cardinal directions. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Nice work. Okay, we're going to finish up with another set of our breathing work. So you're going to come back to your comfortable, supported, seated position. And again, here as we go, on that inhale, we don't want it to feel stressful, but we do want you to feel like you're really allowing your body to expand and taking in more air and more space, each one if you can. And that could include feeling like you're expanding into your pelvis, into your waist, into your chest or your ribs, all of those spaces. All right, 1 minute. Here we go. Big breath in, relaxed and full exhale. Find your own rhythm. Don't feel like you have to match what Will is doing or what anyone in the room next to you is doing. Find your rhythm, taking big, full breaths in through the nose if possible. Relaxed exhales. Feel your breath expand your ribs. Move your trunk muscles. You're halfway. Last 20 seconds. Good, you're doing great. 10 seconds. Good. Take one more full breath in. Slowly let all of that air out, coming to an exhaled hold. See if you can allow yourself to sink into the calm and quiet of no breathing after lots of breathing. You're halfway. See if you can relax your face, relax your jaw. Keep holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Big breath in. Ah, nice. We'll just do one more set. 1 minute of breathing, 1 minute hold. Here we go. Big full breath in. Relaxed exhale. Good. Filling yourself up with air. letting it go. Find your rhythm. Nice job. Halfway. Seconds left. Big breath in, relaxed exhale. You got this. Good. One more full breath in. Let all that air out slowly, calmly, and hold. Easing into the quiet. Allow yourself to go nowhere, do nothing. If you're still holding, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Nice job. All right, everyone. Enjoy. Please feel free to repeat those exercises if you need another dose. And we'll see you on the next one.